Hi everyone. Today I would like to talk about the human mind and the ego. I think it's a very important topic when we want to heal trauma because understanding how the human mind works helps us understanding how we suffer. And if we know how we suffer, then we know how to put an end to it. And what I see when I help people and also in myself in my own journey is that when we feel stuck, it's because we don't understand how we're making ourselves suffering. And there are a few very important components of the ego and the human mind that we need to have clarity on to really be able to move through our trauma. And the first one is the sense of being special. The human ego will always try to feel special, whether it's by having a car, whether it's by having a clothes that other people don't have, whether it's by having a better career than anyone else, or whether by suffering more than other people. Because sometimes when you suffer more and it's more difficult for you, then it's a good way to show how special you are. And that's a trick. That's a pitfall. And if we stay in this, we suffer all our life. So notice in you maybe the subtle ways in which you're making your trauma something special about you. And that's blocking you. Because if you make your suffering special, then you're still suffering. So what we want to do is to understand that we are not special. We have been through very difficult things. We have been very abused, manipulated, um, and it was very hard. But that doesn't make us special. That makes our life more difficult than many people, that's true, but we are not special in this. And that will help because it will just shut down the ego and allow us to move out of this. The second thing is how the ego is always trying to defend an identity. Have you noticed how in your relationship you tend to try to defend something, to prove a point, to show your worth? Why does the ego trying to keep something for him? And what we want to do is to be conscious enough so that we don't fall in the traps and we don't get in defensive mode all the time. Because when we are present and conscious with life, we have nothing to defend. We have no identity to defend because we are step out of the human mind and we become present, conscious. And so we lose the grip with our mind-made sense of self. And because of that, we get less defensive, more calm, and we see more clearly. So I think it's very important in the process to understand this, that we don't want to be defensive. We want to remain open and we want to remain conscious about what we're doing. And the last thing is attachment. The ego attaches itself to everything. Okay, so whether it's an emotion, being attached to feeling fear, whether it's an idea, being attached to believe that we are not capable, whether it's an object, being attached to our sweet because we love it. And this attachment creates so much suffering because in life, everything is changing all the time, right? The weather changes, the people changes, society changes. But if we remain attached to everything, then we're not changing. We go against the natural law of existence. And that's why we want to see clearly how we get attached to our emotions, how we get attached to our CPTSD. And yes, sometimes we do, because we have so much habits. We are attached to feeling bad, we are attached to feeling sad, and that's very important to get. Because if we get this, then we can start moving out of this. We can start moving up, and we can let go of that. So consciousness, being conscious, being present is very important, at least for me and in my journey and with the people I help. So I hope this helped you and I wish you a very good day. Take care.